You coming out of it? I'm trying.
Benjamin has very difficult to control epilepsy and has failed 8 medicines, and he's on 5 now, and has failed diet therapy, and he's not a surgical candidate. And the family is interested as a result in pursuing CBD oil to see if that might help him, since nothing else has.
We worked tooth and nail in 2015, and I was proud to be one of the co-authors of legislation that ultimately passed. And here we are, 2018, and you're the first patient finally receiving access. People that have tried multiple medications that weren't treating their symptoms now have access to something else prescribed by a doctor. I'm very proud that the state of Texas has taken the step to create the Texas Compassionate Use Program. At the same time, we can do so much more.
Yeah, it's bitter, but it's not a bad flavor. It has to be like pointed underneath my tongue. I have to go like.
First adult in Texas.
Well, he's the first adult to get CBD oil because he didn't have epilepsy till he was 12. He went into the hospital November 5th, 2009. Okay, measure the 2 cups first. Caught a virus. The virus breached the barrier to the brain, is what they believe caused this. He's almost died several times. While we're doing that.
Zach has tried everything. He's tried diets, he's got 2 different kinds of stimulators, he's had 3 different brain surgeries, and he's had, you said 15 medications, right? So he is definitely the guy who's tried it all. And so we're really crossing our fingers that CBD will bring something else without a price tag of a lot of side effects attached.
Benjamin was a foster child, and I adopted him when he was 2.5 years old. He has a rare chromosome disorder. Seizures are so debilitating, and they've taken the life from my son. Right now he's on Keppra, Depakote, Lamictal, and then he gets midazolam, clozapam, and Diastat daily as a rescue medication. As soon as we get the okay, we're going to go to Austin and start the journey of trying the CBD oil and hopefully seeing less seizures. It's going to cost us an arm and a leg. It's outrageous. He said it could be up to $3,000 a month. And I'm a single mom. That's scary to think that there might be something out there to help my son that I can't afford.
The issue is the insurance companies won't cover something that's federally illegal. So it may be legal in the state of Texas, but they have the choice to say, well, it's not federally legal. The dosage that Zach's on right now is roughly $400 a month, and it's out of pocket. So, you know, that is going to prevent access to some people.
If you have only 1 or 2 dispensaries in the state of Texas that have paid these hundreds of thousands of dollars in licensing fees, hundreds of thousands of dollars to build buildings with security, and you only have 1 or 2 patients, it's not going to cover their costs. So it's going to drive up the cost of access for these patients that are eligible. We need to expand access to medical care, which ultimately will drive down the cost. There's just some people, seem like they're over a certain age, that think that any use of it is detrimental to society. And there's concerns that was this opening the door to recreational use, and absolutely do not support recreational use in the state of Texas. I think it's a fear of primary voters in heavily Republican districts. We need people that are courageous, that are willing to do the right thing, even if it costs them an election.
Started selling medicine on February 8th, which is when we had our grand opening of this dispensary. We had 3 patients that were here on opening day. We added a couple more over the weekend, I think the more that the word gets out there and the more that people become aware that this medicine is available, the more that people are going to want to get access to it. There are absolutely barriers for these families. One barrier is access to neurologists that can be qualified in order to write the prescription. Two is the need to have a second qualified prescriber that can second that opinion. Three is for those people to be able to get access to it. If this medicine has the intended effect on people, which is it helps reduce the suffering, then you want to ease the barriers by which they can get access to that medicine.
The drugs that we have, other than CBD, to treat epilepsy, quiet your brain, and what that means is dulls it. When you're taking one, that might not be an issue. When you're taking 4, cognitively dulling can be debilitating. In the very beginning, Zach had, I think, 6 different meds. He would just sit on the couch and had no desire to do anything. Now we're lucky with the surgeries that he's had. Hopefully with the CBD, we'll be able to pull away some of the drugs that are cognitively dulling.
I'm excited, super hopeful. Yesterday was a really bad day. He had probably 15 seizures, 3 of them were over 15 minutes. He needs some relief.
Even last night, we didn't know we were going to get it today. Like last night, they called and said there was an issue with the prescription. And so after him having a bad day yesterday, and to get the call that the prescription was messed up and we still needed some things done on that end was frustrating, but then we got the call this morning.
Would you like to pay with cash, credit, or debit today?
No, what? Yes. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's very considerate.
The thicker wires are the shape of a brain. The little wires are where seizures come from.
And then who's that circling around with the purple cape?
Anti-seizure man.
And it's actually really... Are you... Lay down. Just lay down. Scan your VNS and scan your head. Scan your head. It's okay. It's all right. You okay? Okay. When you feel all right, sit up. Nothing in the parent manual that prepares you for the helplessness that you feel when your child is suffering from anything. If I could save him by taking his seizures somehow, I would do it in a heartbeat. We're hoping that CBD helps, but we are also trying to keep from being too overly excited, because if it doesn't work, then what's next? But the one thing that we believe is we never give up hope. Can you sit up now? There you go.
Are you going to help tiny train?
A friend did a garage sale, and our neighborhood has a fund that they donated. They surprised me with a check for $500. And so it hasn't came out of my pocket yet. We had one good day, and he was playing and happy and just Benjamin being a little boy. And then we had a really bad day and ended up in the ER at Cook's and got admitted for the weekend. It was significantly worse than his typical bad days. We are definitely going to keep going on and trying the CBD. I can't give up. Like, if this is the thing that's going to help my son, there's nothing that's going to stop me from putting both feet in and trying it until we can't try it any longer.
You know, I'm proud of where Texas is. You know, change happens slowly. And the winds of change take a while to turn. But once they reach a certain inflection point, then they can start to howl.
you.